as we get it. We move on now to North America, and a massive military parade is set to unfold in Washington, D.C. on President Donald Trump's 79th birthday. The parade, which was added to the Army's 250th anniversary celebrations, features over 6,000 troops, 128 military vehicles and dozens of aircraft. But controversy surrounds the display, from its $45 million price tag to questions over politicizing the military. Tanks and troops will roll from the Pentagon to the Lincoln Memorial, with protective measures in place to avoid damaging streets. The event comes amid legal challenges over Trump's use of the National Guard for immigration protests in California, and criticism over a recent political speech at Fort Bragg, where soldiers stood behind him in uniform. Though storms may threaten, the White House says the parade will go on. Trump has also promised a big force response to any protesters, while national No Kings rallies are planned to mark the occasion. A concert, parachute jump and fireworks will close the day out. Moving on now, tensions are flaring again between Thailand and Cambodia over a decades-old border dispute. Both countries have sent troops to the front line after a brief skirmish last month left a Cambodian soldier dead. The two neighbours share an 820-kilometre border, much of it unmarked, including several disputed ancient temple sites. The latest standoff prompted emergency talks this weekend in Phnom Penh, but a resolution looks unlikely. Cambodia plans to take the dispute to the International Court of Justice, while Thailand insists on a bilateral solution. Meanwhile, economic threats have been traded. Bangkok has threatened to cut electricity and close the border, while Phnom Penh vowed to stop buying Thai goods and media. The row comes as Thai Prime Minister Shinawatra faces domestic pressure and fading support. Cambodian leader Hun Manet says he will file to the ICJ on Sunday, while former Premier Hun Sen blames Thai nationalists and generals for escalating the crisis. Staying in the Asia-Pacific, North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un has called for an expansion in the production of artillery shells to meet the demands of modern warfare, according to state media outlet KCNA. During an inspection of military industrial factories on Friday, Kim reviewed metal pressing and assembly lines and assessed shell production progress for the first half of 2025. He urged improvements in production capacity, rationalization of manufacturing processes and greater automation. This comes as North Korea has been focusing more on strengthening its military. Moving on, Brazilian President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has called for a stronger security force in Haiti as the UN-backed mission failed to make headway against the nation's spiralling gang crisis. The current mission, which is led by Kenya with support from the UN, has faced increasing criticism for its inability to effectively address the nation's growing crisis. President Lula has called for the UN to finance the mission under its current structure or to convert it into an official peacekeeping mission. Here is what he said.
É preciso que a comunidade internacional se engaje em prol de plano nacional de desenvolvimento do país. Estabilizar a situação de segurança é fundamental para que se possa dar o próximo passo do processo político e realizar eleições presidenciais. Estamos à disposição para cooperar na organização do pleito. O Brasil apoia que a ONU assuma parte do financiamento da missão multinacional de segurança ou a do governo em operação.
Well, a transition to a formal peacekeeping mission would need to be approved by the UN Security Council. The US has previously backed the move, though Russia and China, which hold veto powers, were against it. Other world leaders, including France, the Dominican Republic and Colombia, have called for increased support in recent months. Moving to the African continent now, the head of the United Nations peacekeeping mission In the Democratic Republic of Congo, MONUSCO Bintou Keita has called for de-escalation of tensions in the eastern region. Speaking from Goma, she highlighted the ongoing conflict between the Congolese government and the armed group M23. Keita noted recent joint efforts with local authorities and M23 to benefit the population, including the relocation of over 1,300 security forces from Goma to Kinshasa, facilitated by the Red Cross. She reaffirmed MONUSCO's support for peace initiatives. Her visit precedes a briefing to the United Nations Security Council. Let's hear what she had to say.
Aujourd'hui, j'ai rencontré le leadership de l'Alliance Fleuve Congo, AFC M23. Cette rencontre s'inscrit dans le cadre d'une continuité d'efforts conjoints entamés depuis quelques mois au profit de la population. Comme vous le savez, avec la facilitation du CICR, du gouvernement congolais, de l'AFC M23 et de la MONUSCO, 1359 éléments des FARDC et de la PNC ont été transférés de Goma à Kinshasa. La MONUSCO reste engagée à appuyer toutes les initiatives susceptibles de favoriser une désescalade des tensions. Les responsables de l'AFC M23 ont exprimé leur volonté de trouver une solution pacifique à la crise. La MONUSCO reste également disposée à apporter des appuis nécessaires à toutes les initiatives de paix en cours. Je vous remercie.
Well, we bring you some more breaking news from the Middle East. The 9 senior Iranian nuclear scientists have been killed in a coordinated strike, according to an Israeli military official. The attack targeted key figures involved in Iran's nuclear program, marking a sharp escalation in regional tensions. Moving on now, Russia's state nuclear corporation Rosatom has been tapped to lead an international consortium to build the first nuclear power plants in Kazakhstan, according to the country's Atomic Energy Agency. Other proposals had come from the state-owned China National Nuclear Corporation, as well as French and South Korean companies. Reportedly, the 2 reactor plants will be built in the village of Ulkan, around 400 kilometers northwest of Almaty. Kazakhstan plans to have 2.4 gigawatts of nuclear capacity by 2035. Kazakhstan has not had any nuclear power generation capacity since 1999, when the BN350 reactor on the shores of the Caspian Sea was decommissioned. The Kazakh Atomic Energy Agency, established this March, said it had reviewed various proposals for reactor technologies and assessed them based on nuclear power plant safety, personnel training and other criteria. According to the agency, they determined that the most optimal and advantageous proposal for the construction of a nuclear power plant were those received from Rosatom.